So obviously Kathy isn't getting the engagement she's wanting on her page, so she's about to drum up some really old drama and try to make it new news.
You know how they say hindsight is 20/20? Well, I just went through, because I haven't done this in a long time, but I just went through a lot of old emails from attorneys and my notes on my phone that I've had for years and years. And I've noticed something that's very odd and I wanted to talk about. Yeah, and let me give you an example. One example would be we had interrogatories, I can't say the damn word, interrogatories or whatever, during one of the open cases whenever I filed contempt. And he couldn't list one positive thing about me as a mom.
Okay, let's see what these documents exactly say. This is the exact excerpt that Kathy is speaking about. List Kathy's strength as a parent. And what her ex-husband says is, I have no doubt that Kathy loves the girls, but I am unable to list parenting strengths at this time. Over the last few years, Kathy has not shared an active role in parenting and, in my opinion, has not used good judgment when it comes to her actions and decisions, failing to indicate in any way her concern, the effect of those decisions may have on the girls, or whether or not they would be in their best interest. So in context, you can actually see that Kathy's ex is really very thoughtful about the reasons why he can't list her strengths, because she's not been participating as a parent.
Listed that I have not taken an active role in parenting the children over the last several years. So my question is, when was I supposed to do that?
So before we answer her question, let's answer the question of why did the ex-husband answer the question the way that he did? This question asks Dad to give a brief explanation of what each subject matter expert would testify to. And it says, the emotional and psychological effects on both girls and how they have been directly affected by Kathy's behavior and decisions. Both girls have been in counseling for over 2 years now and have openly shared their feelings on the situation with their respective counselor. Rachel, the addiction specialist / counselor, the rehab facility, can attest to Kathy's substance abuse and mental health issues, as well as her completion of the program. I'll let you pause to read this one, but it talks about specific instances or behavior that he's concerned about, and he specifically talks about her lack of stability and employment to be able to even care for the girls from a far away state. This details Kathy's inability to continue with counseling because she doesn't have the mental capacity to listen to the girls about how her decisions affected them, thus not continuing counseling with them, even though her girls went on to continue counseling for themselves. And then there's this little gem talking about how Kathy was dating someone in California and how she was telling the girls about it, and then they found out that she was married. So, yeah, I think that maybe ex-husband had a valid reason for answering it that way. I'm going to leave you with this last excerpt because I believe it answers Kathy's questions. But this question asks to identify any significant issues that have been brought up within the last 36 months. And Dad answers that there hasn't been any, other than to say that Kathy hasn't taken an active role in the day-to-day life. But if you continue reading, she's been aware of the only significant decision, which is the Washington, D.C. trip. And you can even see the manipulation of how Kathy doesn't want the child to go on the trip. You can also see how Kathy is aware of the continued counseling and COVID-19 testing and vaccinations. So all in all, Kathy is being updated as to what's going on within the children's lives. So this narrative that she's spinning isn't quite accurate. So I believe this actually answers Kathy's question in its entirety.